Okay, hey everybody, Swim Crutch again. We're getting ready to go to part two of our credit report. Now you're going to be accessing your credit report. Hopefully everyone is having a good day. Hopefully everyone is having a lot of positivity that is happening in your life. And I appreciate you being with me and bearing with me as I continue to formulate and format my channel. I thank you for those that are subscribed, those that commented, those the likes I've been getting, and all the support I've been getting. But it's very important. Again, I want to state again that not only are your views important, but your subscription is even as important. So please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Again, roughly 70% of my viewers are not subscribers. So we want to change that. So all I ask you to do is just take the time to push that subscribe button and that like button. Again, thank you very much. Okay, part two. Access your credit report. Everyone should have a credit plan, just like you have a spending plan, a financial plan. So everyone should have a credit plan. How you gonna get your credit to the point that you would have for it to be? First thing you might want to do, you want to obtain credit report. Like we said, I think our last video that you should check your credit report once a year. You should obtain credit report. Then after you obtain your credit report, you want to identify areas to address. What you want to look at this and say, hey, this right here I could really do better at. So when you get your report, that's why it's so important to get the report, because you can start identifying the areas you need to address. Then you need to set up a review account automation, review insurance coverages, and consider credit protection. Well, the question may be asked, well, how can I obtain my credit report? How can I obtain my credit report? You can go to annualcreditreport.com. You can click on request your free credit reports, enter your personal information and click next. Choose the bureau from which to request your report. Verify information. Access your free report. You can either print it or save it as a PDF file. Again, this is how to obtain your credit report. Go to annualcreditreport.com. Click on request your free credit reports. Enter your personal information. You'll be prompted for all of this. And click next. Choose the bureau from which to request your report. Some will let you get all three of them, or some will let you just get one or two of them. Verify the information, access your free report, and print or save it as a PDF file. I print it or save it because you might want to, as you continue to do this, you might want to go back and look at how you have, if the credit rating, if your credit was not so good, how you had advanced in your credit rating and how you have improved your credit standing. So it's good to use these as a reference when you print or save them, because this can kind of help you to see where you were and to see where you are and to see where you need to go. Here's a sample credit plan. Here's a sample credit plan. Okay, you have your credit report. You pull from all three bureaus at once. We just stated that. You get one from each bureau every 4 months. So important to keep a track of this. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record. A lot of us don't really know what's on our credit report until we go and try to make a loan or apply for a credit card or apply for credit. So it's so important that you get a report every 4 months, or even lesser. But you do need to get into a habit of obtaining your credit report. Then we talk about the credit score. Free score from your company. Purchase your accurate credit score. Review the data for accuracy. This is so important right here. There's some things that I found on in recent times, that things was on my account that really had no business being there. So if I had not checked it, these things would have drugged my credit score rating down substantially. So please review the data for accuracy. Start a credit report file. Look for trends and identify long-term solutions. Trends such as, wait, seeing as though that I don't make this payment on this type of account that much, and my trend is to maybe pay this one, not pay that one. And so then you want to identify long-term solutions. Notice it said long-term solutions. This is a continuous thing. You know, you want to keep the solutions going when you look at your credit report. This is not something that you want to just do for a month or two or a year or two. This is something that you want to do long term. You want to keep this as a part of your life, to have a credit plan that you can keep your credit ratings under control. And it's a monitor regular and set reminders. Sometimes we might need to have reminders. The things that we set in motion that let us know, hey, it's time for me to monitor my credit account. But it's so important, I can't emphasize this enough, that you check out your credit report for accuracy, for things that shouldn't be there, and that you establish a long-term solution of how you're going to continue to monitor your credit, because it's so important as we talk about accessing capital, accessing funding and loans. It's so important that we make sure that our credit reports are accurate as they should be. Now, once you find that, everything, you found some problems or whatever, after checking your credit report, you want to address the problems that you have with your credit. Excuse me. You want to address problems with your credit. Addressing problems with your credit. After you've found the problems, you want to do something about them. Okay, again, we talked about how your credit score is determined. You have TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience, and they gather their reports. You see the little reports right there under each one, from FICO and Vantage Score. So this is how your credit score is determined. Now we're going to talk about some things that might, they're good, but sometimes they might be questionable. Let's look at services to aid in credit recovery. Credit repair agency. Now, I'm not advocating credit repair agency, because look what it does. It just credit report errors on your behalf. I'm not saying they all are not reputable. I'm not saying this or saying that, but a lot of things these agencies do, you could do it yourself. Because in this video, we have set the guidelines and the formats for you to take care of your own credit report. So credit repair agencies, you have to be very, very careful with using them. Because again, like I said, you could dispute your own credit reports, your own errors, because you have the ability to do it. This video has taught you and is teaching you how to do that. Now, consumer credit counseling, we understand that's something that's good. It provides guidance to improve debt and financial circumstances. Uh, I don't know how many are available now, but this is something that you could use. Like myself, being a kind of a money coach or financial consultant, I sometimes help clients do this, but not on a major basis. But there's counseling out there that can help you with to improve your debt and financial circumstances. Debt consolidation. Issue loans to group all your debts into one payment, which is a good thing. But you want to, again, look at the interest rate. You want to look at the time factor on that. And so that's good, but you want to make sure you look at all the fine print. And everything that you do, you want to make sure you really know about what you're getting before you put your signature on any paperwork. Then you have the debt settlement. I think a lot of people probably have used that down through the years. Sometimes you have to just negotiate with the creditors to reduce the amount you owe. And a lot of times creditors want to get some funds back, and they'll work with you on that. But then sometimes they won't. But nevertheless, these are things that you can use in credit recovery. Credit repair agency, what we just said, we don't necessarily advocate that because you have this ability to do it yourself. Now, we advocate counseling. If you can find good counseling, debt consolidation is good, as you just make sure you just want to look at the interest rate and look at the terms with this. And debt settlements. Sometimes you can negotiate with creditors to reduce the amount you owe. Okay? Then after you're doing all this, you want to take action. You want to request and review your credit report. Request and review your credit report. Note any inaccurate information. Again, you would be amazed at how many inaccuracies are on your report. Know how long a negative item will stay on your report. Some companies have 7 years for certain things, and some companies maybe it's not that long, but find out how long a negative item will stay on your report, because that lets you know what you're going to be dealing with in the next few years when you get ready to try to purchase some obtain credit. Then it says act quickly to address fraudulent activity. Once you see it, don't go to the next day, next week. Attack it right then. This is what's very needful, because as long as that fraudulent activity stay on there, the less your credit rating is going to go up. And then it says report fraud to the lender. The reporting agency, the Federal Trade Commission, and FTC, Federal Trade Commission, if not mistaken. So the lenders sometimes don't even, all they do is get a report, and they don't really realize when there's fraudulent activity involved. So the more you know whether you have gotten this money, you know whether you have talked to this company. So take action and get your credit up to a point of standard that it would help you to go forward and live the life that you want to live. Okay, once you see the errors, addressing errors, you get familiar with the dispute method, you start understanding how this thing works. Step 2, dispute incorrect information in writing. Some people submit a report to the Federal Trade Commission to identify theft website. And this is one of the, we'll probably talk a little bit more about that in this video. This is one of the ongoing things today in the electronic age, in the IT age, the computer age. There's websites that are out there just mainly for the take your identification to make your financial life hectic. So you have to be very careful. And if you have elderly members in your family, please keep a track on them as it relates to the phone calls they get, online sites that caters to them. So this video is very helpful in every aspect of your life, your family's life, or your parents or your grandparents, So check these things out, because there's a lot of websites, there's a lot of phishing, as we call it now, that goes on. Okay, then you want to reevaluate your behavior. So what really, when it boils down to it, a lot of the problems that we have is caused by us. And admittedly, if not, it's the absolute truth. You know, the times we overburden ourselves with debt, times we bought things that we know we couldn't pay, and times that we signed contracts with individuals knowing that we didn't have the ability to pay the lender. So we want to reevaluate our behavior going forward once we get our credit under control. Number 4, consider whether hire a financial service or credit repair firm. We've spoken about how we feel about credit repair firm, and sometimes financial services are great. It's just according to the magnitude of your credit problem. Okay, you want to begin the repair. This is not just only talking about with the credit bureaus or with the companies. It's talking about you, individual, a person, a family. You want to adjust your budget and set payments. You know, again, budgets came back up, and I'm thankful that it did. It's so easy to track your payments, where your money is going, and how much money you have when you have some sort of spending plan or budget in place. And then negotiate settlements with collection agency. A lot of times they send out letters and stuff and saying that they will, if you do such and such, we'll take this off your credit report. So get in a negotiation. That's the reason I say a lot of times you don't need a credit repair system of company. You could do all these things on your own. Negotiate settlements with collection agencies, because what they want to do, they want to collect as much money as they can, and a lot of them will be willing to maybe take a least amount of money. Then you want to inquire again about settlement option, payment plans, or reduced interest rate. Maybe you want to ask them, hey, you know, I want to set up a payment plan, and is it possible for you to reduce the interest rate that is owed on my loans? And then you want to prioritize debts. The ones with the biggest interest rates, largest interest rate, the ones that has the largest interest rate, that's the one you might want to prioritize first, and then go forward. So you begin this repair process yourself, because in order to have good credit, in order, again, I don't want to have this redundancy in my conversation, but in order for you to obtain the things in life that you desire, you want to make sure that your credit standing is in order. Okay, number 5, know your rights. And you have a lot of rights as it relates to this, and find out about your rights. Then say modify your action plan as your affairs change. You know, your action plan, after you maybe have gotten some of your accounts under control or made payments, you might change your action plan. So your action plan is based on what you're kind of dealing with at that time. So that one plan might not fit every aspect of your credit problem, but so modify your action plan as your affairs change. Okay, this is very important here. Very, very important. As we're coming, you know, down to almost the end of this video, part number 2. Make a commitment. Make a commitment to improve or maintain your credit score. Now that's something you have to do. That's something, and that's something that that you as an individual, as a family, as a group, that's something you have to do. You have to make a commitment to improve or maintain your credit score. Don't just go out there and make outlandish purchases and say, well, you know, and say, well, I go bankrupt if I do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make a commitment to improve or maintain your credit report. Your car needs regular maintenance, and so do your credit score. Again, we set the measures in place for you to do that. Take time to understand how your score works and check on it regularly. Take action to keep your credit score healthy. And we'll put out the formats in these two videos, how that you can keep your credit history healthy, how you can make your credit score go from poor to excellent. Okay? Make a commitment. Now, this is one of the most major issues that is being faced not only in the United States but worldwide. Identity theft protection. Identity theft protection. So we want to help you in this stage of the video is how to protect your identity, which is very, very important. Again, if you have elderly members of your family who still has credit cards, have banking accounts, pay close attention to them so that they can make sure that their identity are protected. Three main forms of identity theft. We know what identity theft is. It's the unauthorized use of an existing account. Okay, then using your personal information to open a new account. Misuse of personal information to commit fraud. The three main forms of identity theft. Unauthorized use of an existing account. Using your personal information to open up a new account. And misuse of personal information to commit fraud. Now we're going to delve into how these thieves steal the information, and that's what they are. They're thieves. They come in and take things that's not theirs, and they have wrecked a number of households. They've wrecked a number of families, and just have done a number of things to individuals unbeknownst to the individual. So we want to show you how the identity thieves steal information. Through your mail. Sometimes they go through your mail, get things out of your mailbox, or find things that you're put it in the garbage can. So it's very important when you throw anything away. My mother used to, bless her soul, she used to burn all her anything that she got in the mail that had to do with bills or anything that had to do with anything. She would kind of burn hers. I'm not telling you to be that drastic, but she used to had this big barrel in the backyard where she just put all her nails, whatever mail she have gotten, she put it all in the barrel. She wouldn't put it in the garbage. She put it all in the barrel and burn it up. And it was very effective. And so I'm not telling you to do that, but you have to do what you have to do to control mail theft. Then they also get it through stealing your purse or wallet. Some people set out mainly just to do that. It's not so much they want to get your funds or your money. They want your identity. And when they get your identity, and the way people are these days, how technologically advanced that these are, they can take your credit cards or whatever, your driver's license, and duplicate them. So this is how they do these type of things. That's why it's important if your purse or wallet is stolen. If you have any credit cards or bank cards, then immediately close them down, because you don't want them to get these things and duplicate them. Here's another really, really good one. Stealing data from an old phone or a computer. When you get rid of an old computer, you might need to make sure it's crashed, or you might need to make sure the driver's not there. Even an old phone, there's digital ways that they can get information from these type of things, redirecting you to a fraudulent website. This happens a whole lot. Again, we call it phishing. This happens a whole lot. You might have been on the internet and something come up, a notification come up to say, we got this offer, we got this going on, and before you know it, you've given all your information to this fraudulent website. And believe me, it happens every day. Getting you to upload a virus that records your keystrokes. Phone and email scams. I tell you, the no-call deal seems as though that it just does not work here. If you're like I am, I've put so many cold calls and people calling on the no-call list, but they have numerous numbers that they still call and everything. So you have to be vigilant. How many times they call, you make sure you don't give out any information. And email scams are very, very prevalent. So you want to make sure you check your emails, especially your spam. People send so many things, they flood your account, and if you're not vigilant over these things, you find yourself subscribing, become a part of these email scams. So be very diligent and vigilant when it comes to your information, because thieves are working every day to try to take everything they can from you, and it's a sad situation. But that's why we have these type of videos. That's why I deem it so important that I get this information to you, because again, it's my ultimate goal and my desire is to bring value to your life and to prevent these things from happening. And if they have happened in the past, we want to not let them happen again. So this is how thieves steal information. And believe me, someone is trying to steal your information even as we speak. But we're putting up a wall, a fortress, through our knowledge. You know, knowledge is powerful. Knowledge is very powerful. And that's what we're trying to bring to you. Look at the prevalence of identity theft. Prevalence of ID theft. Look at how many vehicles. This data is given to us by FBI Uniform Crime Report and the United States Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Statistics. Excuse me. Almost 800,000 cars are stolen in America. I think this is on a yearly basis. 1,515,096. Look at the home burglars, and believe it or not, a lot of these things happen to people who sometimes might have been in our homes or cased our homes. So, but anyway, we just want to just put these numbers out there. Look at the identification theft. 17,160,000. This is astronomical, how much identity theft takes place in our country. And look at the cost, the annual cost of ID theft. Look at the cost here. $15.4 billion for identity theft, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. $9.5 billion total for burglary and motor vehicle theft. So you see how much it costs you, costs the insurance company, costs families this amount of money. These financial numbers are astronomical. I mean, look at the cost from our ID theft. So that's why it's so important that we bring this type of information to you, because we don't want you to become a statistic. Roughly 800,000 vehicles, 1.5 million home burglaries, 17,600,000 identification thefts, amounts to $15.4 billion for identity theft, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. 9.5 billion total for burglary and motor vehicle theft. It's a sad situation. The times we live in, we wish that it was not, but this is the case. Again, we were dealing with more types of identity theft. Social Security identity theft. Driver's license, we talked about that. Financial identity theft. I hope you come back to these videos and I hope you're sharing this again with your family members, because this is some very, very important information that we're putting out. Accessing your bank account, credit card fraud, opening new lines of credit or debit cards, medical identity theft. This is just simply amazing. Even your medical records being stolen. Children, this is a really big one too. Children's identity theft and criminal identity theft. So these are types of identity theft also. Now we want to look at identity theft prevention, credit and debit cards. I want you to look closely at these. I want you to listen closely to me. I hope you're listening closely to me in all my videos. Don't give personal information over the phone. Guard your account information. We talked about this. Report lost cards immediately. Cut up expired cards thoroughly in half. Don't carry cards unless you need them. And I know this is kind of hard to do because sometimes we have 4 or 5, some business people have more than that they just carry every last one of their credit cards because they need them. But if you don't need them, if you don't carry them, because it's just not good to lose your wallet and lose every last one of your credit cards. So only take what you need for that certain time. If you're gonna go to you have a credit card for a clothing store, just take that one to the clothing store. And so it just we don't want to put ourselves at a disadvantage when it comes to identity theft, because believe me, again, people are out there trying to take everything that you have, and it's a sad situation, sad life sad times that we're living in. But this is what it is. Don't have to be, but it's what it is. Never carry your pen with your card. And some of these things are kind of hard to do, but we have to really look at these measures to prevent identity theft. Identity theft prevention documents. Keep personal documents locked and hidden. You might have some things in your home. You might have a safe, just particularly for that, a safety deposit box in the bank. Personal documents, you want to make sure they're locked and hidden. Again, we're talking about Social Security number, account numbers with you. It's almost impossible not to, but be very vigilant about this. Oh, here it comes. I didn't know this. Shred or destroy document with personal or account information. Getting back to my mother again, God bless her soul. And so she didn't have a shredder, but she had a big barrel where she burned all her personal account information. So if you have a shredding machine, destroy all the documents that with your personal account information that you don't want criminals to obtain. Identity theft. Prevention to the internet. Never access financial accounts from public computers or via public access. This happens a lot because a lot of times we go to internet cafes, we go to libraries. You have to be very careful about going to public computers and putting out your information. Even you have to watch your Wi-Fi. So do not open email attachments from unknown senders. And most of us know who we should be getting emails from, because sometimes when you open them up, you're going to get that virus we talked about. Someone's going to find a way to get your information. Delete all suspicious email. I think there's a number of us, sometimes we have these emails in the spam, and I've seen a number of individuals that computers are just overloaded with emails and spam, and you want to delete all these things, because the sooner you delete them, the better off it would be for you, and it'll help you not to become a victim of identity theft. Be aware of URL spoofing. Ensure that all websites, this is talking about the internet, where you give personal information are secure. View certificates if you're uncertain about website security. So you have a way of finding out this. Ask yourself, why do they need my personal information? You ever ask somebody to send you an email or spam mail or call you on the phone, and they just make it their business to ask you about your information? You want to ask yourself, now, you want to be a little wise and use some wisdom here. You ask yourself, now, why do this person need my personal information when they're only calling about a certain matter? So there's a prevention mechanism set in place through you to prevent internet thievery. Okay, internet theft prevention. Phone. Never provide personal information by phone. The IRS will never call you to demand payment or threaten you with criminal action. Be suspicious when a caller is aggressive, threatens or demands urgent action. These are red flags. Again, we want to thank you for your support. Uh, as we get ready to conclude this portion, the Research Credit Monitoring Services be ready to freeze your credit with the bureaus, have communication ready to dispute fraudulent charges, business and lenders and credit agencies. It's all service that would be affected by account cancellation. So we thank you for your support. We ask you to please like and subscribe to the Credit Financial. Your subscription, your subscribing is so important to us, and we appreciate your views, we appreciate your support and your comments. It's our desire to continue to bring you value through our videos, and hopefully that you have a great day and a prosperous day on purpose. And again, this is Winfrey Crutcher. Appreciate you very much for listening, but please like and subscribe. Your subscribing is very important, as well as your viewing. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and have a great day on purpose.